Amber Carter and her friend Tiana are parked at a McDonald's enjoying their food when, suddenly, something happens that frightens them terribly.
Hi! Oh my god, Tiana, go! Go! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Tiana! It's okay, honey. Tiana! Tiana! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Amber says the creepy woman came up to her window from behind the car and tried to open the passenger door several times. Amber also mentions she was so shocked by the woman's appearance that, at first glance, she thought it was some kind of prank. Online and locals in the area say they've seen this woman too, and that she's known for trying to open car doors and even the doors of apartments and houses, so it's a good reminder to keep your doors locked at all times to avoid any kind of danger. This evidence was sent in by Craig Davis from Sydney, Australia. He says he was alone one night taking care of his 1-year-old son, but when he checked the baby monitor, he saw something extremely chilling. Did you see it? On the right side, near the bottom of the frame, you can make out a small child's hand reaching into the baby's crib and then pulling away immediately. Craig says that he and his wife only have one child, and they believe the spirit of a little girl roams their house. He also mentions he's had many strange paranormal experiences in his home over the last 10 years. Tasha and her husband move into a farmhouse built in 1840 in rural upstate New York. The happy couple begins renovating their new home, but Tasha soon starts experiencing some very disturbing, unexplainable events. These strange incidents only seem to happen when Tasha is home alone, so her husband is a bit skeptical. One day, a picture frame in the house inexplicably falls to the floor. Tasha grabs her phone and starts recording, hoping to prove to her husband that something isn't quite right at the old farm, but things soon get even stranger because the family's dogs begin to act very oddly.
See, and you think I'm crazy. The first time I'm here by myself, there's a picture on the floor, and it just...
But things soon start to get even weirder as the family's dogs begin acting very strangely.
Why are you running?
Another day, Tasha is recording a video of her dogs to post on Snapchat when this happens.
Look at them, destroying the living room over one toy. Silly.
Right after posting the video on Snapchat, a worried friend reaches out to Tasha to warn her about what appears to be a strange, shadow-like figure moving along the wall right next to her dog. Tasha has no idea what the creepy shadow could be, so she shares the story on TikTok, hoping to find answers. The video quickly draws the attention of millions of concerned TikTok viewers who wonder whether Tasha might have awakened a paranormal presence by renovating the 180-year-old farmhouse. Another day, just after midnight, someone rings Tasha's doorbell. When she checks the security camera, what she sees chills her to the bone. You can see a dark shadow moving towards toward the chair, and it seems to simply take a seat. Then it stands up, moves off to the right, and disappears. So, did Tasha and her family move into a haunted farmhouse? Could the renovations be disturbing and awakening some malevolent entity that inhabits the farm? Share your thoughts in the comments. One night, as a man was getting ready to sleep, he suddenly noticed something creepy happening in his neighbor's apartment. This was really strange because his neighbor had moved out very recently and no one was there at the time. So he immediately took out his phone and started recording to have evidence of the incident. You can see the figure of a very tall woman, moving as if she were dancing. She also seems to have very long fingers. After he sent this video to his neighbor, the neighbor replied, telling him to be careful, since that was the reason he moved out. And he also sent a rather strange video. This is what he sent.
Seni bulamıyorum, neredesin?
The neighbor explains that one night, while checking his home security camera to see what his pet had done during the day, he was shocked to see an unknown, strange-looking woman playing with his dog. After that incident, he began having nightmares about her, and the whole ordeal pushed him to move out of that place. Afterward, the man never spoke to his neighbor again, and doesn't know anything about him. For now, he only hopes that whatever happened to his neighbor doesn't happen to him. A married couple were on vacation in San Lucas, Mexico, when, during a tour, they captured something strange on camera while exploring.
Do you see him?
In the distance, a strange man can be seen coming out of a cave and staring into nothing for a while. He appears quite tall, burly, and hairy. The person who filmed it is convinced they captured a giant on camera, and it's certainly a very peculiar recording. So, could this sighting be of a real giant, or was it all computer-generated? Let me know your opinion in the comments. This video comes from TikTok user Harry McClary. One day, Harry decided to play with a Ouija board, thinking nothing bad would happen. But a few nights later, he woke up to this.
What the fuck? The deliberate attempt to contact the spirit of a deceased person is known as a seance.
Hey.
But I have a skill you might like.
What the fuck?
Wanna try it? Chee-hee! 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 Chee-hee!
Another night, Harry and his girlfriend woke up to the sound of their dog barking in a very strange way, right at the door. When Harry went to check, things did not end well at all.
my god!
Something comes sprinting out of the basement, startling them, and the basement door keeps slamming shut over and over. This time, he decides to go down there and see for himself what's happening. The door stops, and just as it's within his reach, it swings fully open, revealing a completely dark, unlit room, as if something were trying to lure him inside. Fortunately, Harry quickly escapes from there. A few days later, while he's reading a book, Harry captures something terrifying on his camera. The lamp shatters, and just a few seconds later you can see a figure hunched, lurking inside one of the dark rooms. They eventually cleansed the house, and it seemed that was the end of it. But a few nights later, whatever it was came back. So what exactly did Harry summon into his home after playing with the Ouija board? Is it a real ghost or simply a well-crafted hoax? You be the judges. You decide. This footage was uploaded by the Brazilian YouTube channel Opico. Although the original source is unknown, Opico says it was recorded during a wildfire in a province of Rio de Janeiro, and that what we're about to see is a spirit running through the flames. If you look closely, you can see it, though it lasts only a couple of seconds, or even less. For a brief moment, when the camera pans to the right, a mysterious figure suddenly appears, moving at impossible speed, and slips into the flames. It even seems to be waving its arms. So tell me, what do you think this is? Did the camera capture a lost soul in the fire, or is it something completely different? The final decision is yours. The following incident occurred on November 24th, 2023, at a school. A school custodian walks down an empty hallway that other janitors avoid during the night shift. The high school where this video was recorded doesn't allow students to be alone in this hallway after a certain amount of time, and for good reason. The school was built on top of a cemetery. Inside the school, you can see photographs of the old cemetery on the walls, including fragments of tombstones that were once in use. The custodians claim the place is haunted. One night, a custodian decides to record a video after hearing something strange. But what happens while he's filming scares him beyond anything he could have imagined.
All right, I usually don't record while I'm on the job, but this is freaking me out. It's sort of unreal. I'm here at work. I'm here in the janitor's closet. Yeah, let me just show you guys. All right. Just to, I don't know, let you guys know this school was built on the cemetery. I don't know if that helps my situation or not, but previous janitors that have worked here have tried to tell everyone that, you know, every night something happens, some spooky shit, I don't know, paranormal or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I didn't really believe him until tonight. I was in here cleaning up after some students had thrown a party, but what's been freaking me out is this one right here. No matter where I'm at in the classroom or what I decide to do, it just follows me. And do your thing, you stupid balloon. I got you on camera now, so let's just see? That right there. Shit. Just okay. No.
The custodian leaves the classroom, and a red balloon begins to follow him. What makes this incident even stranger is that the other balloons, for some reason, remain where they are while this one follows. The custodian feels very disturbed and slowly backs away, when suddenly the following happens.
It just follows me no matter what. Ooh! No, I can't.
Suddenly, a dark figure appears in the background. This mysterious silhouette is visible for only a fraction of a second, as it seems to run past at full speed. That alone was enough to make the custodian cut the video immediately. He later uploaded a video talking about how terrified he was and says he won't work alone again. Ghost or not, the man can't get the incident out of his head. So, what exactly did he capture on camera? Since there's no further information about it, everything will remain a complete mystery. Years ago, Mark visited a private school in Sale to use its recording studio to make a music video. He set up his camera in the hallway and was about to record a vlog for social media. But for some reason, he just didn't feel right and had trouble staying focused. After a few minutes, he gave up. Later, Mark reviewed the footage he'd recorded at the school, and what he saw made his skin crawl. Watch closely.
Okay. Okay. Oh crap. I'm not doing this right. Okay. I can't even see myself. I don't know if this is, okay, never mind.
Did you see the chilling, translucent figure of a woman in a long white dress, barely visible as she walks down the stairs? When the figure suddenly turns the corner, she becomes very visible, but then disappears from sight. Mark isn't fully aware of what's happening right behind him, but for some reason he feels confused and disoriented. It's worth mentioning that Mark has dedicated his social media and YouTube channel exclusively to his music. This 14-year-old footage is the only video on his channel that has anything to do with the paranormal. The next video comes from the TikTok account Ellos Están Conmigo. They are with me. This TikTok user went to visit his father's grave and tried to contact his spirit, but in doing so, he seems to have summoned something else that manifested and followed him home. And since then, he's been dealing with this ghost.
Dios mío. ¿Quién está ahí?
After posting these terrifying events, many of his viewers recommended lighting a candle so the spirits in the apartment could rest and move on. But that doesn't seem likely to happen anytime soon.
Bueno, me encuentro haciendo este video porque revisando la caja de comentarios me han recomendado mucho prender velas para que los espíritus que estén aquí en el apartamento puedan descansar, puedan ir hacia la luz, me permitan descansar. Aquí tengo una vela que me la dio una persona con mucha fe para ayudarme con todo esto, y la persona dice que esta vela está bendecida. Entonces voy a prenderla con la misma fe para que la presencia que está aquí en el apartamento atormentándome pueda ir hacia la luz. Bueno, ya quedó la velita emprendida. ¿Puedes escuchar algo ya? Algo se movió para allá. El florero se movió. Estoy seguro que ese florero se movió.
Once again, his viewers pointed out that lighting the candle on a table with a reflective, mirror-like surface is enough to create a portal. The man noted that he didn't have much experience with this, and that every time he tries a suggestion, things end up getting much worse. The following night, around 10 p.m., he wakes up to some creepy noises and captures something quite terrifying.
Son las 10 de la noche, con 20 minutos, y ya estaba durmiendo porque estos días tengo que madrugar, y acabo de escuchar que alguien me susurró fuerte al oído, una voz horrible. Entonces eso me despertó. Aparte de eso, también estoy sintiendo pasos, estoy sintiendo ruido, y bueno, yo espero que esta noche sea muy tranquila. ¿Qué fue eso? Dios mío, ¿qué fue eso? Me arrebataron la cobija. Ay, Dios mío.
en la cobija. No sé si salir porque estoy asustado. Todavía se escuchan voces de la gente porque está muy temprano. Estoy temblando, estoy nervioso, súper nervioso.
His blanket is violently snatched away and thrown to the floor. Frightened, he musters the courage to search the apartment, switching on the lights in each room. But in the end, he finds no one there. For the next 2 nights, nothing happens, until the 3rd night when the power goes out and things get really horrible.
Llevaba 2 noches que no sucedía nada, pero otra vez estoy viendo. Voy a prender la luz. Voy a prender esto. Ay, tampoco prender la luz, Dios. ¿Será que se fue la energía? No hay energía. Mi apartamento está sin energía, Pues al momento no se ve nada extraño, pero les juro que yo escuché unos golpes. Miren si hay energía. Estoy sin energía. ¿Qué es lo que estaba sonando? Se escuchaban unos golpes duros, pero no sé qué es lo que... Al parecer todo está tranquilo. Se ve todo tranquilo. Se energía en toda la casa, Dios mío, ¿por qué? ¿Qué es eso, Dios? Hay algo en mi cocina, Dios. Hay algo en mi cocina, Dios mío. Señor bendito. Líbrame de tu amor y pero se escucharon los pasos. Dios mío bendito, ¿qué es eso? Ay, Dios, dame valor, Señor, dame valor. Dame valor, no tengo temor, Señor, no tengo temor. Dios, ¿qué fue eso? Señor bendito, ¿qué fue eso?
You can see a black figure standing there in the middle of the darkness. This manifestation makes him run straight to his bedroom, and then we hear a chilling female scream along with some footsteps. Our intrepid protagonist steps out of the bedroom, but there's no sign of anyone around. That alone would be enough to leave anyone in deep despair. He also mentions that whatever it is grows stronger every day, and he doesn't know what to do about it.
Eso, Dios. ¿Qué es eso?
A little over a year ago, a Japanese man named Yamaku was searching for a rental home when he came across a renovated 40-year-old house in Japan. The rental price was incredibly low, which surprised him, and he quickly signed the lease. However, Yama soon found out why the price was so cheap. The house had a dark history. The previous owner tragically passed away in the bathroom from an unknown illness. Only 4 months after moving in, Yama began experiencing strange occurrences in the house during night. Yamaku decides to start a YouTube channel documenting the escalating eerie events happening in and around the home. Night after night, a strange knocking sound comes from the bathroom, and objects begin moving on their own. But the most chilling of all, a loud, eerie cry can be heard. Despite his efforts, Yama can never locate the source of these terrifying sounds, and remains clueless about what's causing them. One night, he's disturbed when a local dog, usually calm and friendly, shows up at his home, this time visibly distressed by something unknown. The dog growls and barks aggressively at something Yama can't see. The next day, Yama finds the dog back at its home in the neighborhood, safe and sound. However, this is far from the end of Yama's paranormal experience. Just 9 months after moving in, he encounters something truly horrifying. A chilling wail. Hail is heard coming from right outside Yama's living room window, but when he steps outside to investigate, the eerie moaning suddenly stops. Many of his viewers urge him to get better equipment to capture the supernatural activity. Yama decides to purchase a thermal imaging camera, hoping to catch whatever is happening in his home. A month later, things take an even stranger turn. Yama throws boiling hot water at the spot where the weeping sound appears to be coming from. As the scalding water hits the area, whatever is making the noise lets out a cry, but then everything falls silent. However, when Yama checks the thermal imaging camera, nothing shows up. To this day, Yamaku continues to experience terrifying events in his haunted home. But is it all real? Could the wailing voice and the persistent knocking be the spirit of the previous owner who passed away in the bathroom? The choice is yours. A man named Carter had no choice but to leave his own house after repeatedly being woken up by something unsettling in his living room. One night, after hearing the eerie sound of a piano playing by itself, Carter decided to investigate, and what he captured next is truly terrifying.
Who's there?
Carter hears the unsettling sound of piano keys being played. Curious, he waits quietly to see if the mysterious piano will repeat itself.
Dude, what the f...
Suddenly, a chair moves entirely on its own. Carter rushes outside and anxiously waits for a friend to come pick him up. From outside, he helplessly watches as the lights inside flicker repeatedly, as if whatever is haunting his home wants him to know it's still there. Though Carter never discovered exactly what was haunting his home, he later posted an update video letting viewers know he'd successfully moved out, finally escaping the unexplained events. This next video comes from two friends who captured something bizarre on camera. The footage was taken inside in an allegedly haunted house, and the residents have reported hearing footsteps upstairs and seeing objects move on their own. One night, as the two friends watched a movie together, strange events began to unfold.
Alors, on vient de mettre pause au film, ça a couru à l'étage, et ça bouge de ouf. Lucas, tu vas voir.
C'est grave chelou que ça bouge sans rien. Ça va se casser la gueule.
C'est hyper flippant.
Ça s'arrête pas, hein.
Faut qu'on aille voir.
Vas-y.
Je t'attends en bas.
Bah viens avec moi.
Merde, ta chambre. C'est déjà bien flippant.
C'est la chambre rouge.
They rush to the room but find no one there. A few minutes later, the friend recording explains what's happening.
Donc là, il y a Mimi qui nous a rejoint. Donc là, on est sur le reportage maison hantée. Je tiens à préciser qu'on a entendu quelqu'un littéralement courir à l'étage. C'était pas le chat, évidemment, il était vers nous. On n'a rien dans la chambre. Là, c'est quoi comme chambre?
C'est la chambre d'amis. Mais on s'en sert quasiment pas.
C'est très flippant. Ok, donc là, il y a littéralement une porte ouverte. Ce qui est...
Ouais, bah, normalement, c'est le placard qui est fermé. C'est le placard où j'ai mis tout le bordel que j'ai emménagé. Puis c'est allumé, normalement. C'est pas allumé, normalement.
They decide to approach and look inside, but just like the previous room, no one was there. Unable to pinpoint the source of the running footsteps, they begin heading back downstairs. However, just as they reach the bottom of the stairs, they capture this. Footsteps can be heard coming from inside the room, and viewers quickly pointed out that even the kitten appeared to sense something unusual. Perhaps it was startled by the footsteps. While it's unclear exactly what was in the room or how the closet door managed to close on its own, the majority believe something paranormal was at play. But what's your opinion? Did these friends genuinely capture paranormal activity, or could there be another explanation? Like most footages, this one remains a mystery. Kay and Stuart run a TikTok account where they love sharing moments from their life as new parents to their baby girl, Ren Main. Their content is usually lighthearted and filled with joyful memories. But when they posted this next video, their followers were left completely stunned. At first, the camera captures a strange, shadowy figure lurking in the upper left corner of the room. Moments later, what appears to be a small, eerie hand starts clawing at baby Ren Main's crib mattress. Her father, Stuart, wakes up after hearing the strange noise. As he turns to look toward the crib, the mysterious hand quickly vanishes out of sight. Both Kay and Stuart were left deeply unsettled by what they caught on camera, and to this day they have no explanation for what it was. Jimverlyn sat by the window, enjoying her coffee, when she noticed something, a shadow, moving behind her curtain. She thought it was nothing, until it moved again. Heart racing, she pulled the curtain open. No one was there, but the shadow didn't disappear. What do you think it is? Believe or be afraid? This next footage is from Jordan Bowen, who was home alone late at night watching TV and sending Snapchats to her friends. something she does often to feel less alone when her apartment gets a little too quiet. After sending a few videos, one of her friends noticed something strange in the background. It turns out Jordan wasn't as alone as she thought. After taking a closer look at her video, she realized there was actually something or someone in her apartment. If you zoom in, you can spot a shadowy figure slipping from one room to another, moving quickly and hunched over as if it didn't want to be seen. There isn't much more information about this clip or whether Jordan has experienced anything else, but even this brief moment is enough to give anyone a nightmare. So, what do you think Jordan captured in her apartment? Let me know your thoughts. Ashley Kettering, a realtor and single mother from Loveland, Colorado, typically shares videos about her life and work. But on the night of November 12th, everything changed. While she and her 5-year-old daughter slept, Ashley's phone alerted her to unexpected movement in the living room. When she checked her security camera footage, what she saw left her completely shaken. Ashley insists she has no pets, so she can't explain the eerie figure caught creeping up from her basement. With security sensors on all the basement windows, she's certain nothing and no one could have entered without setting off an alert. Concerned followers urge her to reposition the camera to face the basement stairs. When she does, what she captures next is nothing short of terrifying. Once again, a small, mysterious figure appears to move at the bottom of the basement stairs. The video quality makes it difficult to see exactly what it is, leaving the true nature of the figure a complete mystery. Did Ashley capture something supernatural, or could there be another explanation? That's for you to decide. A man had just moved into a new house with his family during the summer. At first, everything was normal until they started hearing strange noises late at night. One night, 2 family members are home alone playing some games when suddenly they hear something chilling.
Dude, you hear that, right? Alright guys, I have to start recording. We just moved in here last summer and we keep hearing these things. Dude, you hear that, right? Yeah. Don't tell me it's just me. That's ridiculous, man. I don't know.
They hear banging around the house and notice the kitchen cabinets have opened by themselves. But after checking the whole house, they find no one there. After a while, they decide to watch TV when once again they hear noises.
You got a second? It only take a second. 2. Dude. I don't know, man.
Hey, are you back? Yeah, I'm back.
Oh no. Dude, you see? No way. Dude, I'm out of here, dude. No way. Let's go, dude.
This time, a door shuts by itself right in front of them, but there's nobody inside. Ever since then, the paranormal activity seems to get stronger each day. The next night, they're playing on the laptop until a sudden sound spooks them.
I have to start recording because we've started to hear more things around the house. And, kind of nervous.
Hey, Dad?
Yeah.
I think I heard something.
Okay.
Objects start to fall on their own. And when the camera turns back toward his son, you can see what looks like a dark shadow figure right next to the Christmas tree, which definitely isn't a good sign. However, things are about to get even worse.
Alright, I have to start recording again. I know I just heard something. You guys are seeing this, right? Gotta be joking me. What? You're gonna be joking me. Oh, jeez.
A dark figure can be seen through the door, but as soon as they look inside, no one is there. The activity keeps getting worse, and the father has no idea what could be causing all this. But it doesn't seem like the family is in a position to move, even if they wanted to. Hopefully, there will be more updates soon. A woman stated that every night at 3 a.m., she would inexplicably wake up with the unsettling feeling that someone was watching her. This constant unease prompted her to install security cameras around her home. One night, while scrolling through the footage captured by her security camera, she discovered something unusual that sent chills down her spine.
Can someone tell me what this is? This is my security camera, okay? Now, you can see me over here in the white nightgown, facing the window. What is that keeps being seen in my security camera? Does anyone know what that looks like or what that could be? That keeps showing up behind me in my security camera. This is about the third time it has shown up. I've checked the security cameras over and over again, and it only shows up behind me. It is not showing up behind anyone else. And of course you can see it's my security camera because I've got right here at the line of the camera. And this is the full size of the photo. Now, this is me over here in the white gown facing the window again. What is that shadow that keeps coming up behind me? My security camera is catching it every time.
In the footage, a mysterious, shadowy figure is seen behind her. Some TikTok users speculate it might be a guardian angel, while others lean towards a demonic interpretation. What do you believe it is? You decide. This next video comes from a man who documents paranormal activity in his home. From lights turning on and off by themselves to rapid knocking sounds coming from different doors, even scaring his son.
Days like today are no fun. No fun at all.
Is it real?
Yeah. It's okay.
After some time, the activity seemed to calm down until recently, when his pet cat started behaving oddly. Ever since, the paranormal events have returned even stronger than before. One night, his outdoor security camera captured this. A mist-like figure can be seen moving across the driveway, triggering the camera's lights. A dog can also be heard barking constantly, as if reacting to something's presence. A few nights later, the repeated knocking on the house became worse.
So, I don't know if you're going to see what I'm seeing, but this is on repeat. This happens over and over. And then the knocking happens. The knocking, there it is. And it just goes and goes until you stop. Can you stop, please? I mean, it's just right there. That's new. Okay. Whatever you are, you gotta go. And that's... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Goodbye.
A shadow figure manifests and enters the room just as the knocking begins, and the chair starts moving on its own as if something is sitting in it. Then the door slams shut. For several nights afterward, the family experienced no paranormal activity, believing the entity had finally left. But just when everything seemed normal, the worst happened.
Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. I've been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey, buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm just gonna set it up. Paper towels. And we'll just let the phone roll. I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs or something. Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay. Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Oh my God. Little buddy.
The source of the activity seems to be coming from down there, and the shadow figure appears to be lurking below. Perhaps the answers he's looking for could also be found in the basement. So, is this really a ghost caught on camera, or just a well-crafted hoax? You decide. A woman named Deborah, who works as a caregiver for an elderly woman, received a request from the family to stay in the house while they were out of town. It's important to note that the elderly woman hadn't gotten out of bed for more than 2 years. At first, everything seemed normal. Deborah spent most of her time watching TV or browsing on her phone. One night, she fell asleep while recording a video message for a friend. She reviewed the footage. What she found in that accidental recording scared her to her core. A figure enters the room in a disturbing way and stands there watching Deborah before the video ends. But who on earth is this person if the woman Deborah is caring for is bedridden? Frightened by this video, Deborah doesn't tell anyone and hopes it was just an isolated incident. However, the next day this happens. You can hear a voice from the other side of the door saying Deborah, followed by a growl and banging. What makes this so chilling is that the voice sounds like the elderly woman who cannot get out of bed. A couple of days pass, and while Deborah is at home in her own bathroom, she hears something on the other side of the bathroom door and gets scared. So she immediately hits record on her phone.
Oh, Jesus!
You can hear the old woman's voice calling her by name from the other side of Deborah's bathroom door. But when Deborah opens the door, there's no one there. Viewers were terrified, and many believed that something evil attached itself to Deborah and has now followed her to her home. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one.